match there against North Central. Kind of what stood out to you from that one, and how much of a confidence boost was it out of that one going into another pretty big one?
I think for me it was just like setting the tone for like Iowa versus North Central. I think just like getting that one out of the way for nerds and everything like kind of got me going way more than regular match.
Is the knee feeling all right? I saw you grabbing a couple times. It was in an awkward position
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I just had to fix my brace. My brace like moves a lot. Yeah, my knee's okay. Yeah.
Coach on the media day said that you are like a video game in the way she can just tell you what to do and you program you. I mean, is that something, you even think about, or is it just when they say something, it's ready to go and that's what you got to do? Or what goes through your mind before match?
Well, I'm like very like good with my awareness. So, like I'm very good at like listening, just like from like my dad and like having that background of just constantly having someone coaching you. And especially like my dad, he has to have perfection in everything. So like he would literally put that into my brain that I had to listen to him my entire life. So like it just feels normal for me. Like I could hear every single person that's talking, and like I feel like sometimes like I do feel like maybe it's a bad thing, but I think like to the coaches, like I think they appreciated that like I'm listening to everything, especially when my the one before my quarterfinal match, and like putting her down slow. Like Coach Chun told me to like as she's in the air, and like I was able to like listen to her like putting her down and not like slamming her down. And yeah, I like that they like that about me.
Is that like a slow? Is it like in slow motion for you? Because as fast as wrestling is, especially in freestyle, I feel like that's got to be a challenge to be able to go that quickly and be able to do it that quick.
Yeah. No, I don't feel like it's in slow motion. I think I like to just be in my pace, and I like to control the tie. And I feel like that's why this year has been like so different with me than last year, because I feel like my ties have been a lot more controlled than last year. I feel like last year I just tried to bully people. I feel like more like I'm way more technical than I was last year.
You were mentioning your father instilling that perfection. Did that like drive you crazy as a kid?
No, like I feel like the day I was born, my dad told me to do like things to like perfect my craft. And like even as a baby, like he would put me on handlebars to see how long I could hold. Just like crazy things like that parents don't really do. And so like I've just always been like used to having that like person like pushing me in a good way.
How do you carry today's performance into tomorrow?
Honestly, I feel like I'm really confident going in tomorrow. I had a really hard match with Nina, and I love Nina. Every time we hang out at camp, she's such a good person, but she's tough. And she's a lot tougher this year than last year, because I wrestled her twice last year, and her hands were like way heavier, and I feel like I just, got really good with my re-attacks and my drags, and yeah, I feel really confident today.
Where do you see kind of as the biggest area of growth for you, kind of now versus like say October, November?
I think for me, like making sure my body is healthy. I think in the beginning of this year, I had like really rough start just because I kept getting really bad injuries, and it was really defeating me in my mental like game, because I feel like my mentality is like a really big aspect of my wrestling. Just having that like mental toughness, and I think that like put me down a bit. But I feel like anything that sets you down is going to boost you right back up, so it was a good thing.
That was a pretty close, going back to regionals, that's a pretty close one at the end with Marlon.
Yeah.
You think you could beat her if that happens again tomorrow?
She's my teammate, so I won't like say like opinions like that. But I just feel like I really hope we just both get to the final, and I hope that all my teammates I just want all of us to win. And whatever that looks like for all of us to win, that's what I want. And if that means we're both in the final, then that's good for me.
When you're working with Marlon so much in the wrestling room, how much does that make you better?
Me and Marlon don't really work that much. It's usually like either Kylie, Haley, or Rose. Rose and Haley are mostly my partner, and sometimes Reese and Ella. And I just like having different feels, and I like having bigger people, like Rose and Haley. I like having that bigger feel of having bigger girls on me, because I am small for my weight class. I don't cut weight and just play video games the night before weigh-ins, and which I'm going to do after this. And so I like having that bigger feel and like making me feel strong for my matches. So I always feel like I'm way stronger than the girls in wrestling.
How does that help you against somebody like Bowman tomorrow? I mean, she's coming down from 170 last year, and you're coming up from 68 kilos in the summer. How does that bigger feel in practice prepare you for a match like this?
Honestly, I feel like it's a really good game plan for a match like this, because I go with people that are big, but then also are really good with taking shots. And I feel like I've been preparing for a match like this, and I've always wanted to wrestle her. So she's a good wrestler, and she moves her feet, and she's really good with her shots. And I just can't wait for tomorrow.
Have any of your teammates wrestled her before that you know of? Can you pick their brains at all? I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know if anyone has actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
But she was up at 170 before, so this.
Yeah, she would have.
before
She
Kylie
maybe
was-
would have wrestled Kylie, but I don't think she wrestled
Okay.
Kylie. Yeah.
It was Soldier Salute, obviously, I mean, I think it was Soldier Salute when you finally got back wrestling for
Yeah.
the team and stuff like that. Now you're here doing that. I mean, after all the injuries, I mean, how grateful are you now that, like, hey, we're getting it right, we're getting healthy, and now you're rolling at the right time?
You know, I see everything happens for a reason, and I think that Soldier Salute tournament being my first tournament back in front of home crowd, I think that was like very like special moment for me, and I think having a slow start to this year and just gets me rolling, and I'm just hungry for more, honestly, and I feel like I'm hungrier than a lot of these girls that are here because I had a late start, and so like they're getting tired, wanting the season to be over, and like I'm just getting started.